Okay, so we have updated reports, guys, on P. Diddy and his life in prison. And I feel like these reports are quite frequent. And I'm just wondering that are these exaggerated or is this some kind of reality? Because his PR could be behind this. We will see. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back at it again with another video. If you have not subscribed, guys, click that button for daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. So, Sean Diddy Combs' life behind bars has been torture as he lives in constant fear of being attacked or murdered. Radar Online are revealing. The swagger's completely gone. He's been climbing the wall since the day he was thrown in jail, and it's worn him down to the point where he's a shadow of himself. He walks into the prison thinking he'd be a cult figure, but people treat him like he's a creepy Hollywood scumbag. He is not sleeping well at night. He is still having these panic attacks, and he's still living in complete fear. The man is still continuing to not eat. As he says, he's been served food that is worse than a rat. And to be honest with you, seeing him in court, he has lost a lot of weight. And I've seen him now in person, so, I can say that. His sentencing is October the 3rd. And this pardoning from Trump is not going to basically happen, even though he believes it's going to. I don't think that's something that is a priority. Having been so traumatized behind bars, he will never be the same person again, inside sources are reporting. He wants a pardon, but he should be careful what he wishes for because it will be hell on the outside as well. Diddy is still facing numerous cases by his alleged victims, so he's got a lot more to go forth with if that were to be the case. So, Diddy's torture behind bars, disgraced rapper suffering panic attacks as he fears being murdered or attacked by inmates is the title of this report. And it's become quite successive now where we are discussing the severe torture of what Diddy is going through in prison, the mental torture, the psychological torture, the failed coup of where he attempted to dominate and, become friends with all of the other prisoners just did not work well for him. He is unable to sleep at night. He's been there for 9 to 10 months and he's still not able to. Now, two things. This could be true and that the panic attacks are more so happening now because he's finally, sinking into him that he's still in prison. Even though his RICO was basically acquitted, he's still in prison. His bail's being denied. He feels trapped. He can't get out. He's powerless. And therefore that can lead to panic attacks that Diddy is feeling. The other side to me is is the PR putting this out there so that the public can read these conversations and feel any kind of empathy for him and want him to come out? And that, maybe the judge would, run across an article like this and then may feel empathy for him. It could be either side of the coin here because he definitely has a PR team with them because they were there in the prison, in the court cafeteria. I saw them all there. So I do feel like, maybe there's a plan here for why all of these people in these articles are able to drop exclusives on Diddy in regards to these inside sources. But I do think there are elements of truth to this, absolutely. But I also feel like these reports can be exaggerated. When we are looking at Diddy, there are layers to intent. There are layers to intentions of what this man and his team basically could be doing. He had his whole family, for goodness sake, singing him happy birthday, writing statements, and basically supporting him with doing the most unnecessary stuff. So if his team is doing stuff like this, perhaps it could be behind it. Because we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, if you guys remember, and now there are more reports that were printed yesterday echoing the same sentiment. So either his condition is worsening or this is just some PR game to make us think that he's going through hell right now. Because during the trial and prior to that, it wasn't that case. These reports weren't coming out. And that would have been more of a reckoning for him because he's going through a trial. He's been acquitted now. Why would he be having panic attacks? So I'm looking at it from two sides of the coin and I want to know where you land, where you guys, kind of see yourself in this conversation when we are reading these reports of Diddy. Is it believable? I don't have any sympathy for this man. And this is coming from somebody who is a natural empath. So that's how you know you done fucked up. When a natural empath like me does not feel for you because of the most vicious stuff and heinous stuff that you have done as a person. Having these panic attacks and unable to sleep. And, it's possibly true that the guards are alerted to this man screaming or waking up, being disturbed, and how he's talking to people. And all of this information gets around, and then somebody wants to sell a story to make a quick buck. You never know. It can work like that. It's just crazy to me that him and Luigi Mangione are in the same, center. They're both at the MDC, and his trial is beginning in January, which is going to that. If you think that P. Diddy's trial, guys, was insane, Luigi Mangione's trial is going to be off the rocks. How they're going to do jury selection for that trial, I don't even understand. But the media circus around that is going to be insane, because it already was crazy for 2 months after the incident took place. So when that takes place in January, February, March, however long that trial is going to go on for, it's going to be absolutely insane, guys. I can just see it 110%. But P. Diddy and these panic attacks that he keeps on having. Maybe he's panicking about something else. Maybe he's panicking about something entering him from behind. I don't know. Maybe he dropped the bar of soap. Just like he dropped his hairline. Maybe. Because there definitely was a failed attempted coup to take over the other inmates around him, because he was using their phones. And that's in court documents. Violating BOP rules, using their phones to try and text his sons and etc. And that was taken away. Obviously, those other prison inmates were punished for that. And they felt like they were used. And they felt like they were tricked by this man. And therefore, that's why Diddy lives in fear of him being attacked or murdered. It all definitely is believable, because he's tried to infiltrate the BOP, infiltrate the prisoners, and take over them and use them to his advantage, and it failed. Some of these prisoners were making his beds way back then, 10, 11 months ago. And now we've gone from that to him living in fear. It looks like a lot of these prisoners have woken up to the fact that they've been manipulated by this man. That's what it's giving to me. But this is another report about Diddy and the torture behind bars. So what I'm saying to you in this video is that either A, this is true, and that this man is severely suffering now, and it's absolutely crazy to see because it's depleting, or B, his PR team are behind this and they're planting these stories through his sons to give us empathy. Because remember, today is the 7th of September. On the 12th of September, which is next Friday, is the hearing for his father and Christian Combs to see if that is going to go to a civil trial in regards to an alleged incident where they're both accused, more so Christian Combs, of essay on a yacht. And they just changed their lawyers to a trial lawyer, which means that they think that this is going to go to trial. Then you've got P. Diddy versus Anna Kane, which is that current trial that has just begun on day one. And, I believe it's going to continue on later on, and we're going to give you guys updates. So outside of that, October 21st, he has another whole situation trial going on as well. There are 3 related possible civil trials that this man is going to be facing outside and after this sentencing. So maybe he is panicking. I mean, that's a lot for us to go through when, it gets to that. But maybe he is panicking. I can believe the inmates have turned on him. I can believe they're after him. 110%. 110%. Diddy's always going to be manipulative, guys. Always going to try and be manipulative, and he always only looks after himself. Let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to these reports. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. That's all you guys have to do. It goes a long way. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.